Well, well, well. If it isn't my favorite little patient. How are you? It's been months since our last interaction. I have been very much the same since the last time we met. I take it that you've more corpses to bring me, or perhaps wounds for me to tend to. It's been so long since I've had a good laceration to suture or a broken bone to remedy. Oh, no injuries? Then what of the bodies? Have you managed to kill any more of the afflicted out there? Or people? I promise that I'll keep it hush-hush if that's the case. No? Oh, then the afflicted then? The black mist spread far from Balistan this time of year, and I am certain that there are plenty of those beautifully grotesque creatures out there for you to harvest for me. No bodies either. A shame. Now, as much as I appreciate your unexpected visit to my humble abode down here in the dungeon infirmary, might I inquire as to what has drawn your attention to me? The Empress of Kosovo hasn't sent you to kill me, have they? Oh, the Empress and I have a very strange relationship, if you can call it that. I'm their prisoner and heal their wounded, and I get to live and to perform my studies. To a horribly muted, inappreciable degree, however. I'd say that all things considered, it's a fine deal to have, but one that I wish I didn't have to contend with. But that's enough of my incessant rambling. I save that for the dead. So, traveler, what have you in store for me today if you aren't here with bodies, wounds, or orders to kill me? Oh, you've been thinking, have you? Color me intrigued, dear. What has that beautiful mind of yours been pondering? I'm doubtful it's something too pleasant, seeing as you're down here in the depths with me. My proposition? Oh, well, dear. Tell me, have you reconsidered my offer? Helping me escape in exchange for wealth, knowledge, and power? I put it like that because that is what it is, plain and simple. There's no need to mince words. Nothing in this world nor the next is free, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There needs to be equivalent exchange in any relationship, especially one such as ours. If there wasn't from either of our sides in this transaction between us, then there'd be reason for doubt and suspicion. And I don't enjoy entertaining the stresses of being suspicious of people. So, you will accept your payment one way or another. You're going to free me then, are you? If so, we'd best make haste. The guards make their rounds in only a few hours. Oh, you appear to be reconsidering. How cruel. To tempt me with freedom after all that we've been through. You need a minute. Oh, dear. Time ticks away very so slowly down here. Chained in the dim of candlelight and the pitch dark of one's own thoughts. Don't keep me waiting too long now. You know, with that awfully furrow-browed gaze you're giving me, I think that perhaps you'd want some questions answered before I'm cut loose. Am I correct in this assessment? I'd figured as much. Very well. I will clarify our little deal more before you make your final judgment. As you know, I'm imprisoned here in service to the empress of this filthy island nation. to serve for as long as I live in tending to the wounded of this place. Ugh, so filthy, unclean. If I had my way, this place would have been at least a bit more tolerable if they'd allowed me to have this room modified and cleaned. The place reeks of the oral refuse left behind by many of the fort's inhabitants. Animals, the lot of them. Coming here for treatment when all they're suffering from is a blazing case of stupidity and inebriation. But where was I? Yes, our deal. If you were to free me, no doubt you'd become an enemy of the island fortress and the pirate hordes that dwell within. A bounty would be placed on your head, and nowhere in the Blackwater archipelago would you be safe. Yes. I understand this seems to be more reason not to free me. But hear what I have to say before you make your decision, for this will not be an opportunity that I'll be able to grant you again. Now, as you'd be placing yourself directly before the hungering, violent eyes of Blackwater, I, of course, would compensate you. I've mentioned the power, the wealth, the knowledge, and I am capable of delivering upon all of it. How if I've been down here? Ye have little faith, my sweet little patient. I was still someone out there beyond these walls and out of these chains before my admittedly deserved incarceration. And before being locked up, I traveled far and wide. How far? I traveled from Jakal and its rich ancient history pertaining to the medical arts, to the grassy plains of Terran, gaining knowledge in the arcane aspects of healing, then on to the Northlands, learning the tribal ways of treating wounds. Oh, the things I learned during my time in those harsh mountainous lands, the tundras of the Northlands, a journey I won't soon forget. Then off to the Eastern Isles, where I mastered sophisticated methods in curing curses through a combination of alchemy and magic. The diametrically opposed forces harmonizing after so many failed attempts. Then finally, to the place I was for far too long, yet not long enough to have finalized my research. Balastand, the study of curses and poisons, the demons and undead. So much has been learned there. And as someone who has traveled to every place of note across Circa Eternum, I can guarantee you that I possess knowledge that would be more than just useful to a wandering adventurer such as yourself. Quintessential knowledge, my dear. For the knowledge portion of our bargain, I will tell you the exact location of one of my old clinics here in Blackwater. Within it lies a trove of information, the culmination of decades of tireless work, antidotes for most of the known poisons and cure-alls for nigh any natural or unnatural affliction. Oh, generous indeed, but this should only serve to solidify your resolve. You're right. Normally this would be more than an ample reward, but there is a price to pay for freedom and for becoming an enemy of the Empress. Oh, of course, allow me to enlighten you. Within this clinic lies a small fortune in gold and magical components, your wealth, part of the bargain. And amidst the valuables, my old flame, my love, my weapon. Remedy, I named her. A perfect blade forged from the remnants of a fallen star by the finest smith in Baron Khal. What's so special about it? It is more than just a blade, my dear, capable of slaying both the living and the dead. Something that I think you could find quite useful during this time of year. but it grows stronger as it slays. Oh, how so? The more you kill, the better it'll serve you. That hungering blade, the fragments of souls that it reaps only increases its strength. There are more secrets that it holds, but those can be shared at a later time. I'm sure that once you've made your decision, we shall meet again. Fate has a strange way with joining people that were meant to be together. And I have this strange feeling that perhaps destiny has brought you here for a reason. But enough talking. You know what you need to know, and we'll both need to get out of here promptly if we are to escape the island before the guards catch wind of my my disappearance and potentially of your crime. Make your decision now, dear. The flesh is willing and the heart beats with so much anticipation that it's sure to burst. Tell me, will you set me free from this place? Will you wrest me from these cold, painful, binding chains? Will you... Freedom. Freedom at long last. The Cossovo Cutter. The Doctor. All those pseudonyms. With these shackles gone, they can all finally leave this place. What next? Well, before we go, I'll need to gather some of my supplies. Oh, I won't be long. Yes, it's necessary. Of course it is. Well, this place has been abysmal in terms of furthering my studies. Knowledge is something that is best safeguarded and kept close to heart. I won't be leaving any of it behind. Oh, I like your fire, traveler. That burning urge to get a move on. So proactive. Don't you worry now. We'll be making our way from this wretched hole soon enough. Well, by any means necessary, of course. My dear, dear accomplice.